Greetings, my lords. Today, I'll be serving as your humble Minister of Environment and Castle Development. Here to show you a few tricks and cheats to make your towns and fortresses look more majestic, or at least less like a pile of rocks. Our first task, noble ones, is to save our poor peasants from endlessly marching through mud and weeds by giving them the luxury of proper walking paths. No longer shall their boots smell like swamp water. No longer shall they lose half a cow in the potholes of medieval infrastructure. From this day forth, they shall walk with dignity, and maybe even a little swagger, on the finest cheat-crafted pavement in all the kingdom. First, select the stone wall. The length and width are entirely up to you. Build it however your majestic imagination desires. Next, go to the editor and open the rock pieces by selecting the tree icon. Place any rock piece you choose on top of the wall. Each piece you place will reduce the wall to half its original height. As you can see, the wall has now been reduced to half its height. Next, select the eraser tool and remove the rock pieces you placed. Even though the rocks disappear visually, they still remain in the editor and block further progress. To clear them completely, select the rock pieces, then switch to the elevation tool, choose the minimum elevation, and flatten the ground. Now, repeat the same process until you reach the desired height. Now look, with this sacred tool, I mean these cheap stones we borrowed from the cheat menu. We're building a peaceful walking path for our Sultan. Normally, no camel would pass here, no horse would dare, but thanks to this bug, even the governor can sprint across. Now pay close attention. Look, the road just declared itself. I'm here. Normally, you'd never get a construction permit for this, but with a little Ctrl plus Shift plus magic touch, we solve every zoning problem instantly. And now, dear citizens, we move on to our second masterpiece, stone-decorated wooden columns. Yes, you heard that right. Part stone, part wood. Nature and civilization holding hands, creating a truly majestic pillar. But why do we build these columns, you may ask? Because our sense of aesthetics goes far beyond castle walls. When our people step off the walking path, we want them to look up and say, "Wow, now that's a fancy column." Some might even take a selfie with it, and honestly, we're totally fine with that. And of course, the big question, how do you attach a door to these columns? Normally, a door belongs on a wall, but remember, we are in the land of bugs. Here, walls are optional. All you need is determination. Our doors are free-spirited. Attach me to a column. Sure, why not? They don't complain at all. First, we select the stone wall, because every great medieval project begins with a wall. If you don't start with a wall, are you even building, or are you just decorating? Step 2. We select the battlement and proudly place it on our wall. Because what is a wall without a battlement? Just a very expensive fence. After building the battlement, we immediately demolish the first wall we made. Because here in medieval architecture, step 1 is always build something. And step 2 is destroy it like it never existed. Now, we select an enemy soldier and poke our shiny battlement with a spear for a few seconds. Just enough to give it that authentic, ruined medieval chic
Your lordship.
look. Because nothing says realism like a little controlled vandalism.
Walk with pride. I serve thee.
On top of the ruined-looking wall, we now construct a wooden fortification. And just like that, it's done. A perfect blend of destruction and construction. True medieval recycling at its finest. We've built the column. Now let's show how to attach a door to it. First, we build a gatehouse, because every grand project needs an unnecessarily fancy entrance. Now, we attach the drawbridge to this door. Because what's a proper medieval entrance without a dramatic bridge that screams VIP only? Now we head into the landscape editor and select the eraser. Because sometimes the best way to build is to just delete stuff. We take the eraser and wipe out the gate we just built. True medieval efficiency. Spend hours building, seconds deleting. And finally, we connect the stone-decorated wooden columns to the drawbridge. Because nothing says cutting-edge medieval engineering like attaching random pillars to moving bridges. So yes, we've now shown you how to connect the stone-decorated columns with the drawbridge. If you've stayed with us all the way to the end, don't forget to hit that like button. And now, we'll leave you with some glorious visuals, where you can admire all the map tricks and techniques we've learned together.